Game 3 about ready to get underway here.
As the two teams have split the first two games.
I think both managers have their teams locked and loaded for tonight's game, which is a huge one, not only for the Padres, but also for the Mets.
Michael King, indeed, on the mound for the Padres.
And this right-hander, no doubt, has been the best starter for the Padres this season overall, making his 25th start. More strikeouts than innings pitched and fewer hits than innings pitched. Michael King is on some type of roll since late June. Now, one thing we looked at Joe Musgrove last night was the velocity that maintained throughout the whole start. That was 95 from King. That's something that he has done lately. As Joe enjoys a shake.
Mocha Joe.
1-2 pitch is in the air to shallow left center. Merrill coming in and under, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
3-2. Down low, Vientos is on with a walk, so the Mets have their first base runner.
3-2 with one out. Vientos at first, not running. And Nimmo takes inside ball 4, so King issues back-to-back walks.
King saying some things here.
Wow, that's a good pitch.
Close enough where it could have gone either way, but trying to keep guys off the base paths, you certainly want that.
First and second, one away. Back-to-back walks for King.
And Pete breaks his bat, rolls it right along the line. It hits the bag. It's a fair ball. Here comes Vientos. He's going to score. Nimmo to third. Alonso slides in safely at second. A cushion-aided double for Pete Alonso, and the Mets have a 1-0 lead.
If it doesn't hit the bag, Machado turns that into 2 outs. That's how big that was.
Softest double that Pete Alonso has ever had. 40 miles an hour off the bat.
J.D. Martinez coming up.
1-2, swing and a miss. Martinez went after a sweeper that ended up 2 feet outside. That is out number 2. And now the only thing standing between Michael King and getting out of this thing without any more damage is Jesse Winker.
Now, this pitch will tell you a lot. 3-1. Let's see if he gives anything for Winker right here. Then you'd have a force anywhere if he walks him here.
He does, and that's a third walk of this first inning.
Although he was not trying to walk him, he was not heartbroken at that result.
Yeah, it was a pitch around, certainly.
Runners lead at all 3 stations. 2-2. The pitch to Marte is taken right at the bottom of the zone. Strike 3 call. King works out of it and leaves him loaded.
David Peterson just watched his offense give him a run. We go to the bottom of the first in San Diego.
Last start for Peterson was against Baltimore. He went 7 sharp innings, gave up 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, with 8 strikeouts.
2 up and 2 down for David Peterson. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Peterson puts him away with 94 in the inside corner. A 1-2-3 inning for David Peterson. The Mets take their 1-0 lead here in San Diego to the second inning.
Peterson's retired the first 4, but now Solano's aboard with a 1-out walk.
There's been a lot of traffic, walks, hits that usually would lead to runs, but Peterson, pulling a rabbit out of his hat, has been getting out of a lot of those situations. Looking for one here, the 2-2. Swinging a line drive, left center field. Winker over to his left, dives, and makes the catch! Jesse Winker flying through the air.
Oh, Jesse Winker came out of nowhere.
He's left-handed, so not only did he have to get to that gap, but he had to dive and backhand that play. Just a fabulous play from Winker.
A couple of hard hit balls, but Peterson works around the walk thanks to Winker. Still 1-0.
2 away here in the 4th inning.
2-2 to Marte.
And Marte hits one down the right field line. That's going to be down for a base hit. Cut off by Johnson, and he holds Marte to a 2-out single.
Breaks up a string of 9 in a row, retired by King.
Cisco trying to snap an 0-for-13 stretch. He's gone 0-for-9 in this series. And gets a breaking ball and lines it right to Machado, who lost it, and everybody's safe. That's a play that Manny makes in his sleep, and he just didn't catch the ball.
Very unusual.
McNeil is hit by the pitch, and that'll load him up. And Lindor coming to the plate. Lindor in the driver's seat here, ahead 2-0. And he smacks one to deep right center field. Back goes Johnson at the wall, and it's out of here! A grand slam for Francisco Lindor! He was in the driver's seat, and he drove it right out of the ballpark. His 7th career grand slam, his 26th home run of the year, and it's 5-0 New York. And the Mets take full advantage of Machado's miscue to score 4 unearned runs on one big swing by Lindor. It would be an understatement to say this is a big game for the Mets. This is a game the Mets had to have against a really good pitcher, and they cash in completely. And Iggy loves every minute.
First and second, 1 out. You got Mason McCoy coming up next after this meeting at the mound as the Padres try to chip away what is a 5-run deficit. To center, blooped. It'll fall in for a hit. From second comes Higashioka. No, they're going to stop him at third base. The right decision. And the bases are loaded with one down for the Padres here in the fifth.
0-1 the pitch. Arai swings, hits it slowly to third base. Vientos charges, only plays to first. Higashioka comes in to score. An RBI ground out, and the Pods are on the board.
2-1 coming, and Profar hits one right back to Peterson. There was a good changeup by David, and he got the result he needed. He retires Profar and limits the damage to 1 run. Yuki Matsui, the rookie left-hander, is on to pitch for the Padres.
He's been the most used bullpen arm.
Comes in to face Lindor, who hit his grand slam left-handed, now gets the bat right-handed. Put him in the top 10 in RBIs among all his other categories. And he slams this one to left. Profar back, and it's out of here! Francisco Lindor has homered from both sides of the plate, burnishing his MVP credentials with every swing. It's 6-1 New York.
Game of baseball is such a team game, but every once in a while a star will take it over, and that's what Lindor's done tonight.
Doing it for the better part of 3.5 months now. We got some Italian ices going on there.
You know, when you have a good game as a ball player, you get ice cream.
Well, usually you go to Dairy Queen after the game, not during. But, you know, when you're a superstar who's hit home runs from both sides of the plate, you get whatever you want.
Well, right now, Bader is really struggling. He's over his last 20 right now. The 2-0. Bader sends a high smash in the air to deep left. That ball is way out off the facing of the second deck. Harrison Bader snaps out of an awful slump and snaps one right over the left field wall. A solo home run in the 8th, and it is 7-1 Mets. Harrison Bader needed that.
Well, David Peterson's going to throw a pitch in the 8th inning for the first time this year. This is the first time he's ever gone back-to-back 7 innings or more in his big league career. This is his 79th career start.
1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. 7-1 Mets. And Profar hits it in the air deep down the left field line. Nimmo not going to get there. He will look up, and it will bounce over the little wall for an automatic double. That is the first extra base hit of the night for the Pods.
96 pitches now for Peterson. Nunez is going to come on to relieve David Peterson, who has his longest outing of the year, matches the longest outing of his major league career. Exits after 7 1/3 with another tremendous performance. Fantastic to see Daniel Nunez back on the mound for the first time in a month and a day. He was on the injured list with a pronator strain.
2 down.
1-2 coming. And he struck him out with a slider. Nunez comes back with a flourish and gets Bogarts and Machado, his first 2 batters off the injured list. Final out was hard to come by in the first game of the series. Nunez trying to do things in a little quicker order than that. Again, the Padres are down to their final strike. He struck him out and the ball game is over. Daniel Nunez back from the injured list gets the final 5 outs, and the Mets dominate tonight, winning 7-1.